be able to compete in rush duels. He has been wanting this since his start 4 years ago. And talking about starts, we are ready to go. Yay! We said that in unison, kind of.
Yes, we did. I am ready for the rush. Here we go.
Oh, yes!
Wow, so we're starting off on QuantumCube side, drawing a card for turn. It looks like he's going right into Reset Runner there, so he is running the Cyber strategy.
Yes, so Reset Runner, sometimes you want to use that to just quickly get a card in your graveyard, but right away we're seeing Maximum Ragnarok turning both of these monsters into 2 tribute monsters. And we see Yggdrago, and we see the Aftershoot Hydron as well. Perfect start here from QuantumCubes. No cards in hand, ready to drop to that 5 and 2 big monsters on the field right away.
He's got to be so excited about that start.
So for those unfamiliar with Rush Duel, remember, you get unlimited normal summons, so it's totally a vibe to just set a bunch of cards and then tribute summon over it.
All right, and now we have Voltalon laying down what he has. I like that. 2,700 attack, that's great.
Yep, we see the Mirror Innovator not being able to use its effect a huge amount because there's not so many monsters in the grave right from the get-go. But just as Yuga said, this duel is only just getting started.
Yeah.
Yep, in Rush Duels, you get to draw until you have 5 cards in your hand, so 5 new cards coming QuantumCube's way.
Oh, that's a huge hit. Particle Acceleration hitting the Shield and Sword, one of the Legend cards. That's amazing. And then we see the Chaos Femtron as well.
We may be setting up for a maximum summon here because he decided to use that spell and trap removal, or he might just be reducing the attack of his opponent's monster with that skill.
Yeah, let's see what he targets here with Maximum Ragnarok. He's targeting one of each, so that it makes me think there's at least one more tribute monster in QuantumCube's hand here. Let's see.
I know, I'm like, what is QuantumCube's cooking?
The Manny.
Wow, this is a great front line right now.
Yep, we saw that. This one final card from QuantumCubes.
And an attack reduction for Voltalon.
And he got to recycle those cards too. Oh, that's not going to help.
Big
Widespread Ruin.
Big legend card, Widespread Ruin.
Yep. Still early though.
Yep.
Trying to be positive.
Yep. Both players here
That's
on a
heavy hit though.
Yeah, it is. There's some big heavy hits going to go on here, but it's a reasonable amount of life points for both players still.
We all know the importance of momentum, though, so Voltalon has to get the momentum back for sure.
Yep.
Very strong start for QuantumCubes.
So we are going to see Ultimate Bond. That means we're going to see the Flag Eagle added to hand. Shows the Gold Rush.
Beautiful Overrush rare there.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, Yuka's good to go. He's going to summon a monster. Is it going to be the Aim Eagle? We do have a second monster, another Aim Eagle.
Oh, here comes that Gold Rush, I'm sure, with that 1,000 attack bonus from the Aim Eagle's effect.
Yep.
Oh, wow. That's nice.
Oy,
snapping back a little bit here,
Yep, and he did have the Avant Wolf in the graveyard as well, so he was able to add that back with Gold Rush. He isn't able to summon it right away because his opponent doesn't have 3 monsters, but still, he can normal summon it anyway because of Rush Duel.
That's a great attack, though.
That's pretty big, and yep, Chaos Femtron is very, very strong in its effect, but it's not quite big on attack points, not as big as the Wolf. So, back to QuantumCubes. Oh, this is so close.
I'm feeling the nerves. We're really close.
So close.
Yes,
Here's the thing for Voltalon's perspective. Honestly, QuantumCube's deck is a ticking time bomb as he gets all the pieces he needs on his road to victory because he could bring out a maximum monster or there's additional tribute summons at any time using that skill.
I want to see a maximum monster.
Let's see here.
I want to see it.
It's so big. Whatever he targets with Ragnarok is going to determine exactly where this turn's going to go. He has targeted both of his monsters. That likely means that QuantumCubes has 2 different level 7 or 8 monsters that he's planning to summon here. So first up is the Aftershoot Hydra. There's a lot of monsters in the graveyard right now.
And here's
double Aftershoot Hydron. Wow, okay. These guys are going to be getting quite big. And because there's so many Cyberburst monsters in the graveyard, he's able to draw 2 cards.
Oh my goodness!
Just great stuff there. Some
and
really
another Femtron. And another Femtron.
Oh, I feel like this is really close right now.
Oh yeah,
great start.
There's a big amount of damage coming through here.
Yeah, that's true.
Now we've all seen the anime. If you got 100 life points, that usually means you make the comeback. But Voltalon really is going to have to work his way all the way back. The next 5 cards are going to somehow have to get rid of those 2 giant Aftershoot Hydron monsters.
But that's the great thing about Rush Duel is that he's going to get a brand new hand, and let's see what he can put together here. it ain't over till it's over.
Right, even if the odds are against him, he's not going to give up.
Yeah.
QuantumCubes has got a very large number of life points to get through now, though.
Yeah, I mean, QuantumCubes looking really strong right now. 2,2500 attack. I mean, that's going to be rough.
It's pretty good. However, he does have the Bicon here and enough monsters in the grave to be able to shuffle those back and treat it as a 2 tribute monster. So let's see whether it's the Innovator, or it could be Gold Rush, or maybe something else.
Voltalon certainly being careful there, but it looks like the 2 Aim Eagles are going to go back into the deck.
Oh, yes.
Make sure to use those again later with that Ultimate Bond skill.
Yeah, so straight away. So he's going to decide to use that right now. Bring back the Bicon. Doesn't want to leave that lingering around.
Oh, okay.
We're going to defense mode,
unfortunately. That makes me nervous.
No.
It can be very nervous, because if we do see a fully summoned maximum summon, that Yggdrago, one of its maximum effects is to turn those face-down monsters into face-up attack. And that could be really lethal when you only have 100 life points left.
I want to see Yggdrago.
There's possible acceleration.
But I am worried about Voltalon right now. Whenever you see your opponent just lay a bunch of defense cards like that, you know they're hurting.
Well, with the Music Princess recital, you're absolutely right, Jackie. They clearly, on Voltalon's side, were trying to defend, but it's probably not going to happen here as we get a third 2 tribute monster on the field. They'll Sectical Manny.
I just love the maximum monsters animation, so like, bring them all out.
Look how good this deck is even without the maximum monsters.
That's
Using
true.
that skill in order to basically like recycle resources, get double tributes. It's some great stuff.
Yeah. QuantumCubes was able to bring out some big bad monsters for sure.
Yeah, that's really, really tough from Voltalon, though. He must have just not had the right materials to be able to make up that ultimate bond usage.
It feels like he's on the run, for sure.
However, this time we see he does reveal Gold Rush, so there's probably something that he's going to be able to do here.
Well, he's going to have to. Every one of these games count. Even though it's best 3 out of 5, giving up a single game will set you behind.
Yep.
And Voltalon, talking about things happening quickly in the semis. Remember, he defeated his opponent 3 swift duels. So this one's a grind, though, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, it would be at the World Championship stage. These both are great duelists who could really hang in there.
Yeah.
They're both fighting tooth and nail.
It looks like we do have a first stab there. Just a little bit off the top from the Bell.
Hey, it helps. It helps.
This is a bit tough, though, because both of those aftershoot Hydrons have got enough attack points to attack into... Oh, never mind. We are going to call upon the life into all creation. We will see Yggdrago, the Sky Emperor.
Straight out of the anime here, just absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
And gorgeous to actually show some of our viewers who may not have seen Rush Duel that often, an actual maximum summon here, combining these 3 cards into 1.
I love seeing the maximum monsters. Yay!
The Sky Emperor descends upon our humble
wow.
You know what? You love to see the maximum monsters when you are laying down the pain on someone else. But
it
when you
feel
see it against
too good.
you, you're like, oh, this
being attacked
is
by
going
one.
to hurt.
Now, Voltalon definitely tried to do his best there, but a maximum monster is a maximum monster. There's 3 powerful effects, that giant attack. I even love that wind up it does when it goes in for the kill.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
All right, let's talk about Voltalon a little bit. So he's got to find a way to get one now, right? So what do you think he's thinking? What's his game plan here?
I think, Voltalon, we saw him yesterday. He seemed really comfortable with all of his decks. So I don't think he's necessarily going to be too scared. The Light Machine deck, it's very good, but it's, we've seen it defeated more than once. So I don't think he's necessarily going to be too scared that his opponent's still got that left and that he hasn't.
Well, speaking of which, this might be a fair point to remind our viewers the rules of the tournament, because again, each of these duelists has 5 decks, but once they've used that deck, it's checked off the list. So just like Luke was saying, you no longer have to face the 2 decks that we just saw if you're going to take home that trophy.
Yep.
Well, I'm interested to see if we're going to potentially see a mirror match. I actually pulled up some of the characters here, and they both use similar characters, so we shall see what happens in Duel 2. Voltalon, though, a competitor. He was absolutely fierce yesterday in semi, so I don't think it's over at all. And I don't think QuantumCubes thinks it's over either. You can tell right now, just looking at their faces, they are intently focused.
It's just determination.
Just determination. I
Let's go ahead
Luke
and get to
with
the
the
duel
lines.
here.
Okay, here we see Voltalon starting off really big with the Blue Eyes Rain deck. He has Kyberman tributing that straight off into the Blue Eyes White Dragon Legend card, then setting to as a bit of a defense, especially as we saw yesterday
Apprehensive start.
Yeah, because of the potential of seeing a Royal Rebels deck here, which we are seeing from Roa Cassidy.
The Royals Rebels definitely a counter-punching deck. You don't want to leave too many powerful face-up monsters there.
Yeah.
But speaking of powerful face-up monsters, Royal Rebels Heavy Metal is no slouch, but unless it's Tribute Summon using those key materials, it's not going to be able to get rid of Blue Eyes White Dragon, so 2 defense it goes.
Yeah,
I felt like we saw a lot of Roa yesterday for sure.
Yeah, that's the big key with the Royal Rebels deck. Each of their monsters, although strong in their own right, only if they're tribute summoned using those higher level monsters do they actually get their huge impactful effects.
I don't think we saw as much Gavin yesterday. For those watching at home, could you elaborate on that a little bit?
So Gavin here is using one of the archive skills. So any character really can be using that Blue Eyes Rain skill. Must just be one of Voltalon's favorites.
Yeah. Hey, if it works for you, it works for you. Steven was my sensei through all of this, and he's always told me, like, everyone likes to put their own little spin. Everyone has their favorite deck, so you do your thing, Voltalon.
Expression is a really big part of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game, whether you're playing Duel Links, Master Duel, or what have you. But speaking of which, wow, it's first Stream of Destruction.
Nobody plays that card. Nobody plays that card.
World Championship competitors play that card. How about
Absolutely. Voltalon's just shown us an awesome tech card there.
Oh, and he's using the Monarch cards.
Oh,
those
this
are favorites
is going
of yours.
to hurt so much.
Oh, wow. Deciding not to use the buffered slide.
That was fantastic.
It really is. So one of those things where, you see some really cool retro cards and they have a huge impact on the Rush Duel format here.
Wow. This is the kind of like situation you're expecting from the Royal Rebels deck to put their opponent in, but Voltalon here has just said, no, I don't care about Royal Rebels. Here's my Blue Eyes deck.
But things have changed though for Quantum Cubes because now there are face-up monsters, and check this out, we got the Monster Reincarnation maybe able to bring back the Royal Rebels Heavy Metal.
Yep, it is a little bit scary here. Voltalon is potentially going to have quite a few monsters on his side destroyed.
That was a huge start.
Yes.
That was massive. Like, you cannot start off better than that. That was lovely.
Oh,
here we go. So he has managed to he's used his skill, which allows him to summon different levels of Royal Rebel monsters directly to his field and defense position, and he's used that for both of those high-level Royal Rebel monsters, which allows him to summon Doom Metal with its full effect that destroys all of your opponent's monsters and then inflicts damage equal to their levels, and he can still attack with it.
That was like a taste of his own medicine, huh?
Oh yeah, it really was.
Hey, but
not as much of a hit.
Yeah, exactly. And because it was Voltalon who did this kind of big attack first, Quantum Cubes is still in a little bit of a scary position. He's only got 2 monsters, so yeah, it's a little bit scary here.
Only drawing 2 cards too, which means he probably couldn't commit those to the field. Looks like we're setting a monster.
Okay.
Oh no, setting a monster. Much defense here.
Oh, this is great news for Quantum Cubes, not so much for Voltalon.
This duel started off on fire so fast. I feel like we're slowing the pace down a little bit here. So.
Yeah, both duelists here have been able to have an ideal turn for them, for their strategies, and now I think it's kind of picking up the pieces and seeing which one of these guys is able to have another big turn of theirs, because both of them are on not so many life points. They're in range of being able to be, attacked over and things like that. You have to be so careful. If you decide to go on the offensive, you're leaving monsters in attack position that are going to get attacked over.
Yeah, they're definitely on shaky ground, so I think being a little bit apprehensive, slowing down the game a little bit, that's a good move.
Yeah.
Quantum Cube's taking a moment to think there, because you run the risk of, if you go on the offensive, all of a sudden, you've opened yourself up with only 1,600 life points left.
Yeah,
totally.
You really only have to go in when it's time to win. You can't overcommit to the field. Oh, but there's a different card. Wow.
Quantum Cubes.
Defense.
That is a weak monster there. We could get maybe enough damage.
Into the Twin Edge. Let's see.
You need a monster with 3,200 attack or higher in order to clear that out, or maybe a little bit of effect damage there, but Quantum Cube's just thinking, how am I going to put this puzzle together and, well, lead the series too?
Yep, so you're going to need a 3,200 attack monster. I don't play one of those in my build of Royal Rebels, but let's see if Quantum Cubes...
This is the smart move. That was exactly what I thought he would do.
Yep, just playing super defensive. He's not able to finish it right now.
Take some life points,
Yeah, just put his opponent really, really on the ropes here. 700 life points is not a lot at all in Rush Duel.
Which means Voltalon may have to seize this opportunity. Knowing that there's a stop defense card in that deck, that means maybe there's more copies of it too.
Oh, yeah.
So you kind of have to rush in.
Yep. It's going to be a now or never.
They're tiptoeing now, though, I feel like, right?
It's the World Championship. It's not like there's another round after
Well, we
this.
started off so strong. I was just blown away, and now I'm just on the edge of my seat. I'm just like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen next?
Yeah, Voltalon's going to have to figure this one out.
And got a new hand.
Yeah.
So let's see.
He's got 2 cards from last turn still that he was unable to use. Okay, here we go. We're going to see some of the Monarch engine here. So Zeus, the Wisdom Vassal, is able to shuffle back 2 of your cards from your graveyard. Then your opponent's allowed to set a spell which you're looking to destroy there with Wilhelm, the Wisdom Monarch.
You definitely don't want to leave the stop defense that hurt you so bad left on the field.
Exactly. So I'd like to think that Wilhelm is going to destroy that at some point during this turn, unless Voltalon has some kind of way to just clear everything out and go for that win. Let's see.
I'm a little concerned. QuantumCubesl has a really great back row right now. Voltalon, I feel like, needs to put down some spell and traps.
Okay. Oh, he's got the Soul Drake. He's
Blue Eyes White Dragon?
Yes, he's going to tribute the Soul Drake and that face-down monster to special summon the Blue Eyes White Dragon. He's then going to be able to use the Blue Eyes Bright Dragon's effect. When Blue Eyes White Dragon's on the field, he can target a face-up monster and destroy it with the Blue Eyes Bright Dragon's effect. And now he's going to be able to tribute summon the Wilhelm. This is looking great. QuantumCube is going to need... Yep, so he checks that.
Just to get the information.
To get the information there. He has got the ability to negate something. Wilhelm the Mega Monarch. That's going to allow his opponent, or force his opponent to destroy one of their cards. But we're going to see here Voltalon attacking in.
Could we really see Blue Eyes White Dragon attack directly for game on the World Championship stage?
What's the back row, though?
We have got that trap card set there that we saw from Wilhelm. That is going to negate the attack. The guard will negate the attack.
Still hanging in there.
That's
being said,
it's a huge momentum shift for Voltalon,
especially
100%.
when QuantumCubes is only going to draw 2 new additional cards. Those 3 cards didn't help him before. Maybe it was just because he had a full field, but this is it. This is the hand to get back in the game.
Yep, this has to be it. So once again, we see Ro with the Death Doom Requiem summoning. He's summoning 2 big monsters and then tributing them both. We may see a big Doom Metal here.
It could be a lot of damage and quite enough to close this out.
Yep, I don't think that QuantumCubes is even going to need to enter his battle phase. Doom Metal is just going to get some rocking on the go and destroy all of those dragons and monarchs.
Oh, no.
Does show you the nuance of gameplay. Wow, it does hurt.
That was an amazing duel. It started off so strong, slowed down, and then just at the end, oh man, that was incredible to watch.
Wow.
Okay, and we knew Voltalon would be able to fight back.
Yeah, Voltalon.
But as back and forth as it was, though, think about it. Technically, QuantumCubes is up 2-0. He is only 1 game away from being declared the World Championship champion of Rush Duels.
This could be the final match that we get to cast of the Speed Duel Rush Duel.
No, we don't want a 3-0.
I know.
Come on.
But it just, I mean, it's showing QuantumCubes has got absolute power here. But Voltalon, yesterday, he was able to take a 3-0 against Zeta, one of the stronger players that we had during this tournament, making it to that top 4. He might just think, oh, okay, I better get my game on. I'm ready to rush now and bring out that 3-0. Let's wait and see.
Those are both grinds, too. I thought they were fighting tooth and nail through both of those duels.
Oh, yeah, they weren't one-sided. Neither of those duels really felt like it was totally one-sided.
You can definitely see that Voltalon is in his head a little bit now, though. I mean, it's now or never. You have to perform right now.
Every single click of the mouse as he sits there on that desk is important. Every single card he chooses to play is equally going to put QuantumCubes, on the ropes himself, but to a certain degree, that trophy is going to go to one of these 2 duelists.
Yeah, it's only a few moments away, potentially, for QuantumCubes, or we're going to see Voltalon take quite the steps up the mountain that he has to climb here.
Also, we're talking about Rush Duel, though, so, Voltalon could turn things around and win the next 3. I don't think QuantumCubes is super confident either. He needs to make sure that he executes here.
Yep, big start here from Voltalon, managing to get all of his cards onto the field. We do see the Angel Essen. Oh, it does not pay off. It does not pay off because the Shield and Sword gets sent to the graveyard.
A really unique card that only gets to activate its effect on the first turn when you go second, but if you're only sending those monster cards, well, if you're not sending monster cards, you get nothing.
Yeah, you don't get anything.
Wow.
Yep, so we just see the left and right, yep. both being set here from Voltalon.
So playing very defensively on Voltalon's side, just to your credit, Jackie, like you really have to make sure that you are not losing even one life point here as your back is to the wall.
Fantastic sequencing here from Voltalon. The Chaos Femtron, then using particle acceleration, and he was able to send Yggdrago from the top of the deck to the graveyard, which brought it back with Chaos Femtron. Then we see the regular Femtron, both of them being affected by Maximum Ragnarok here, so they're able to be tributed. Not ideal, but one of them tributed for Yggdrago, the Sky Emperor, in non-maximum mode. And then we see the Mani and the Connector Dog.
This isn't a bad front line at all.
This is huge.
Yeah.
Good numbers for sure, and being able to recycle some of those resources too.
Yes.
Right now we're seeing the Bell Sector Mani go ahead and clear out the Gold Rush. And yes, it does hurt to go ahead and put out that centerpiece of Yggdrago in attack mode there without its full maximum mode complement. But it's still a 2,000 attack monster, which is pretty good.
Yeah, it's still pretty good. I mean, this is looking great. It is QuantumCube's turn, but his opponent has 5 cards on the field. None of them are what I would consider as weak monsters. They're all pretty reasonable attack.
Definitely for rush duels.
Voltalon's got those 2 face-down cards.
Yeah, I definitely feel like the momentum is with Voltalon right now. I'm loving how his back row looks, front line exceptional. Let's see what QuantumCubes.
Yeah, so he's going to go and... So he shows the Cybertech Alligator. He goes and gets the Flag Eagle.
Certainly a little bit of information there. You now know that QuantumCubes is running that as his legend monster, which makes the deck building so important in this, that every card you see, you may not see it later.
Starting off on defense. This one's starting much slower than the last 2 duels.
Yes, I think...
That's okay, though.
Yeah. Okay, great. See the Barrage of Steel. Hits just another particle acceleration.
They're probably both feeling the nerves right now, right? 100%.
Yeah, both for very different reasons.
Exactly, yes.
Yep, so that Cybertech Alligator, fantastic legend card. Just 1 tribute, 2,500 attack points.
Certainly shades of Summon Skull there, but a great monster in its own right. But now we're going back in with Voltalon, using the Chaos Femtron to go ahead and grab one of those maximum mode pieces of Yggdrago there. Contributing to the old-fashioned way.
Yep, saving the maximum Ragnarok.
The 2 centerpieces there. Interesting.
That's tough. Another Chaos Femtron, adding back Aftershoot Hydron this time.
Really perfectly timed. Can go ahead and put one of these cards back into the deck to choose the Femtron and the Cybertech Alligator to reduce their attacks. And then you get another one of those 2 tributes there, so good stuff.
Yeah. I like what Voltalon is doing right now. I think he's pecking away at his opponent slowly. There's been nothing major or big happening yet, but I think this is fine.
There's chances though here. Voltalon still has 3 cards in hand. He could tribute and then summon one more monster.
And at 3,500, that's going to help a ton.
There's potential for it to be game here. We got to see what QuantumCube's trap card is here.
I feel like Quantum just
tribute to the Doomed.
Wow, to make sure that face down is just gone.
Yeah, extending even further. So for sure, Widespread Ruin, but that's still going to be a lot of damage. That's going to leave QuantumCubes on just 1,000.
Hey, still alive.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all it takes. You only need 1 life point to stay in the World Championship.
Yep, gotta say though, Voltalon, 5,800 life points.
Those life points looking very, very good.
So Voltalon definitely coming back in. I feel like this is where you would get your second win, but on the same point, QuantumCubes built up quite a bit of insurance there, right? Having those 2 first wins being, okay, if it doesn't go well, it's not like I'm going home right this second.
Yep.
All right, let's see if QuantumCubes can get the momentum on his side a little bit more now.
He's playing the Bicon. He's going to kind of recycle some of those pieces that he's already used, going back into the deck. And then let's see what he's able to follow up with here. Just
didn't immediately do a tribute too.
Yeah, I'm a little...
Oh,
okay.
Wow.
Maybe that could be because he just wants to get rid of the cards out of his hand.
There's certainly something important.
Yep, we do see the Mirror Innovator coming down here though. Yeah, that was probably it. He just wanted to get all the cards out of his hand. And we're going to see Mirror Innovator's effect. We're going to see for how many. He's going to shuffle 1, 2, all 3.
And look at that.
Yeah, huge Mirror Innovator there.
There we go.
So QuantumCube's getting back into the game here, reducing the life points of Voltalon to 3,800, but leaving a lot of defense mode monsters on the field and only having 1,000 life points left. Remember, the Cyber strategy, if Voltalon is running Sigurgate Soul, can use that for just a little bit of effect damage to sort of push the conversation without going the battle phase.
Yes, we've not seen whether he's choosing to do that or whether he's playing the 3rd copy of Yggdrago.
I don't know why. I feel like Voltalon has this one, just in my gut. I mean, again, he's playing the slow game again, but I really feel like he has the momentum still.
No, I think Besectical Manny's effect here is going to boost it up high enough to attack over the Mirror Innovator.
Yeah.
And then, yeah,
he's just been able to stay a little bit ahead the entire time.
Yeah.
So Voltalon finally takes a game here. We got ourselves a match. It is not
Amazing.
a 3-0 finish, and it wouldn't be with these caliber of competitors here. They were going to hang in there no matter what.
We saw here both duelists able to win with the nail cyber strategy. No maximum summons needed, just good old-fashioned tribute monsters.
Yeah.
That maximum Ragnarok skill really, really gets you there.
I felt like on that one, they both came in a little bit more apprehensive. It seems like Voltalon knew that he needed to survive, whereas with QuantumCubes, I think he just got a little bit nervous. He just really wanted to make sure he sealed the deal with that third duel. That was not the case, though. We are going to a fourth one. So.
It's a very interesting matchup, that one, because when you've got light machines, just generally the nail cards have got quite high attack points. You don't really leave anything to be countered by the light machines. So
I also felt like neither of them did anything super flashy. They were just pecking away at each other. And
speaking of super flashy, we got a Roman mirror match here.
Here we go.
And this could be quite the interesting match if they're both running the same psychic strategy. I think they are.
Yep. Here we go.
This is going to be a good one.
This is going to be kind of crazy.
Roman Cassidy, everybody. Okay, on defense, starting off apprehensive again, being safe.
This is super.
Hey, it has worked for him, so I'm like, be safe.
So you go first.
Yeah, exactly, right, yeah.
This is I was just about to talk about Candy, about how sometimes you have to end up leaving Candy just laying around some places, but you need to be really careful, because if your opponent's able to get that Prima Guitarna out with a large amount of attack points, then it's going to be quite scary.
As long as we don't leave that Candy on the field for longer than 5 seconds, I'm sure we'll be okay here.
Yes.
But only the 5-second rule, looks like we are going in the battle phase here and clearing some monsters out.
Yeah.
Now, this is a really cool deck, Luke. Do you want to walk us through all the cool, like, psychic control strategy that this deck can put out, just even with the cards we have on the field?
Also, aesthetically, top-notch.
Very, very adorable.
Notch.
It's beautiful. And so the important thing with this deck is that they have spells, all of the jamp spells, as we call them. They are so powerful. Generally, they need to interact with a psychic type monster, whether it's in your graveyard or field. And when it's the Candy monster, it lets you do something a little bit extra. And most of the time, that's gaining life points. And then you also have Prima Guitarna, which lets you spend a bunch of life points to boost up your power. And then in the most recent box that we were talking about earlier, you also have a few more options that allow you to control the field a little bit more.
Now, Transcendent Miragius and that set really just did it. Amazing things for the Psychic deck, because I feel like this was a deck that wasn't commonly played maybe at the beginning and introduction of Rush Duels, but now the Psychic strategy, man, if you're a Roman fan, you are eating well.
Yes, and with the shift of that, as well as the skill, people stopped using Reedy Beat and starting to use Shine instead. It really brought the deck together.
I feel like mentality-wise, QuantumCubes needs to be aggressive, seal the deal, win finals. We saw Voltalon come out, again, a little apprehensive, coming out on defense. I think that is the smart move for him. Peck away at your opponent. Again, that worked for you last time. But again, the pressure's on. We're in finals.
Voltalon is really taking some of his time here.
They're being very thoughtful, for sure.
Now remember that Duel Links timer still is ticking on their end.
Oh, man.
The pressure is on.
Feeling ever when you see it go red, right? Oh my gosh, my heart just starts racing thinking about it.
Okay, so we see Candy once again. Let's see where Voltalon decides to go from here. Probably going to see a Jamp spell.
Man, they're really being super thoughtful right now. I mean, we've heard it from all the duelists. You can't overthink, right? It's like, be patient. That was one of my sensei's most important rules that he told me.
Well, it's true, because you can't just give up whenever you're in this situation. You just have to collect yourself, be calm, and Voltalon's doing exactly that, using the skill, increasing the level of that Psychic monster to 5, and then using the Can Melody skill to return it to the hand, and then get rid of that card in the back row.
Yeah,
that 3,900 card is scary.
Yes, and Siesta Torero nailed it. I always say that wrong. Sorry.
You did nail it. That was wonderful.
Little bit proud of myself. So,
speaking of being proud, though, we're about to see the shining superstar in Duel Links here. It's Prima Guitarna.
Love her.
She's gonna
Need
rock
to
out.
cosplay her. This is one of my favorite animations. Just
So
yes.
cool.
Well, it's also a great
yes.
monster.
Yes, and powerful too.
This
yes.
is where Voltalon is going to be able to really put some damage in.
Oh, didn't decide to pay any life points there. I guess it just wasn't worth the extra 600 damage to him.
I think if he had another monster, he probably wanted to go for it to get that direct attack, but because he was planning on attacking over something in defense position, that probably wasn't worth it.
I'm loving Voltalon's front line right now. I think he's in a great place.
Yes, yeah. He's not had as many of the life point gaining jam spells as I would have liked.
Yeah.
But that's, yeah. And then we see Rhythmical Performer.
Is just an incredible card there, but how crazy is this mirror match that they both lost jump spells? Again, though, it does recycle the hand and kind of take away options from your opponent, so Rhythmical Performer has been really, really good, done so much for this deck, and we're seeing that now.
And in the mirror match specifically, you're playing against a deck that is playing a lot of spell cards, which means Rhythmical Performer has a much greater chance of drawing an extra card.
And I'm going to say this, really pretty card.
Oh, yeah, no, it's all gorgeous.
I just point out all my favorites.
If you really look at all the Candy artwork there, you'll kind of see her go through her amazing transformation.
I love
just like
that so
an
much.
idol to a pop star princess in her own right.
Yeah.
Again, we're going to see the Siesta Torero.
Really great card there, possibly a choice of a tactical card because you are recycling cards back in the deck. Again, you know, in Rush Duel, since you're constantly drawing 5 cards, you do need to make sure you don't deck out and have more resources.
Super important interaction here. So, yeah, Melody is able to check, you know, shuffle away those face downs. However, Jump Check is able to check those face downs first.
Testing.
Yeah, got to test the mic and was able to get rid of that buffered slime, which is really important. Now with the Melody being able to shuffle away as well, just Prima Katana is left here for Voltalon. He's going to take some damage here.
Some great play on Quantum Cube side, and again, Voltalon is going to be on the ropes as he loses another 1,500 life points with this attack.
Yeah, but he's doing okay life points-wise right now.
Yeah. Neither of our players, although this mirror match, neither of them have gained too many life points.
No.
It's true, that's what the deck's all about. I guess they're saving it for the end of their set.
This is a very strange finals. I feel like both of our opponents were not seeing anything like massive or huge. It's just a very slower, methodical game. I like it, though. It's really fun. It's just making me really nervous.
Right, let's see Rhythmical Performer.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Getting rid of that Legend Trap card, he no longer has to deal with that. He knows he can go in safely without any of his monsters being destroyed.
And drawing a card.
Yeah, wow, it's just such good stuff here. The Rhythmical Performers have been performing well.
Oh, here we go. Prima Katana once again, and via the Miracle this time. And searching another Prima Katana using the skill. And we're going to see a second one come down. Ooh, I'm going to need a calculator to get out right now and see what's going to go on.
Should be a 1,200 boost for the low cost of 2,000 life points.
Yes, let's see. Is there another monster, though?
Oh,
we do have another Rhythmical Performer. This could be
enough. It could be enough.
Enough. It all comes down to what these back row cards are for Quantum Cubes.
And he knows there's no negate attack since he saw that Widespread Ruin. And he knows there's no Widespread Ruin because he saw the Widespread Ruin.
Yep. Let's see. Do we see the recital here?
Oh,
the buffered slime.
He waited because he didn't want to be over 3,000 life points, so he didn't take 2,000 damage. This is the caliber of Rush Duel at the World Championship stage.
And just to show that he's in control, Voltalon still attacks with Prima Katana.
Just got saved, though.
Just so that he knows.
Yeah.
He knows who's boss right now.
Oh, yeah, at any time. You better put something out there.
The life points right now, I'm like, oh, we're so evenly matched. We have a mirror match.
Yep.
They're both around 2,500 life points.
Right now, I'm terrified of the Rhythmical Performer being sat there on 500 attack points.
It could cost him this duel here quite easily.
And the championship. We've got to remember, Quantum Cubes is only one game away from being the one to lift this trophy.
But could Voltalon tie things up now?
Yep, let's wait and see. So we're going to jump up. And we sent Melody, so it gets the attack boost, and that is going to be a very big amount of damage.
So Quantum Cubes with this attack takes it. You have your very first Rush Duel champion.
I love that reaction. Quantum just put his arms up. He's all smiles.
All smiles there indeed. Quantum Cubes just taking a moment there as the crowd applauds. Even we're clapping here at the desk.
We're clapping.
Because he's the very first Rush Duel world champion. That's him.
Should you say it? Etched history for all time.
Into history. I'm going to get my chisel out and get the original tablet It's going to be a brand new one. The first name on there, QuantumCubes.
Oh, goodness. But Voltalon did incredible stuff and such great sportsmanship.
Definitely.
Understanding the weight of this, but a duelist of his caliber will be back on the stage before you know it.
Why am I going to cry right now?
Because
it's
the
so
World Championship. That's why.
Here we go.
I know.
Oh, and he's
My
got the
favorite
trophy
moment.
and raising
There it is.
We're clapping again.
QuantumCubes is your World Championship for Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links in the Rush Duel format. There is none other.
What a battle, too, for both of these competitors. And that was such
Amazing
a grind.
game.
Like we said, so methodical, so thoughtful, taking their time. Well deserved.
Oh, wow.
Well
Absolutely
deserved.
And that smile, what a journey he's been through, all the duels, everything worth it. And now we'll probably be hearing from him soon, but I think he's just taken that moment in.
Yeah, I mean, what a game. What a whole match. Oh, that was fantastic. The skill it requires to play that mirror match
But
is
look at the
huge.
reward for the skill. You get to raise that trophy above and beyond everyone and be the first person crowned world champion at our World Championship 2024.
And let's give props where props are due. He started off excellently. He got those first 2 duels under his belt, relieved some pressure from himself, and then he just had to secure the deal, and he certainly did.
Look at that sigh of relief. Look at that. Just feel like, okay, yeah.
That's what you can
like,
see
"Are you
it
talking
setting
about me?"
in. You can see it setting in, right?
Oh, goodness. And it should set in because he did work hard and he did make it. He made his dream come true despite all the adversity that you have to do. Great opponents, great cards, great duels. Now he's your world champion. Oh, my goodness.
I cannot wait to hear his reaction, and hopefully we can get a deep dive into those duels there. I know they're setting that up on the stage right now. But, Luke, I mean, this has just been such an amazing 2 days.
I can't believe it. It's an absolute honor to be able to sit here and witness the crowning of a new champion. What can I say?
Wow, it really, you know, it doesn't happen every day.
No, he played so well too.
Also,
that was
Quantum
great.
had a grind yesterday. He went 2-1. You know, sometimes we see these like really dominant players go all the way through, but he fought hard. He battled. Voltalon certainly did not make it easy on him.
Yeah, I mean, we saw, you know, that Voltalon was able to do such a crazy sweep in that last in the semifinals. You know, going into this matchup is absolutely crazy to be able to, you know, do that.
We'll talk about
let's
crazy.
hear from our champion right now. Gonna hand it over to Kangas.
Thank you very much, casters. I am live with Marc-Andre, our first ever Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links Rush Duel World Champion. And I gotta start by saying, what's the first thing that you felt when you picked up this trophy as the first ever World Champ?
Oh, I'm super happy and a big sigh of relief because Voltalon was hard.
Tough opponent to have.
そうですね、優勝おめでとうございます。初のラッシュデュエル、世界チャンピオンというところで、まあ、その気持ちなどを教えていただけますかとのことで、優勝できて非常に嬉しいと思います。そしてちょっとやっと安心しました。ちょっと決勝の対戦相手が非常に手強く、まあ、やっと終わってくれたとの気持ちでございます。
My next question for you. This is the first ever year for Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links Rush Duel in the game. What does this trophy and what does this moment mean to you, knowing that you are the first to ever do it?
Well, it means a lot, and I've been supporting Rush Duel since the release. And I hope more people played it, because it's not as simple as people think. There's some strategy in it. And I hope it's gonna bring more people.
今年がラッシュデュエルの最初の年となりますが、まあ、それに関してのコメントなどをお願いできますかというところで、まあ、今回の大会などもあり、まあ、ラッシュデュエルのプレイヤー数もいろいろ増えてくれると嬉しいと思っております。自分もラッシュデュエルがリリースされてからずっとサポートしてきており、やはりそんなにシンプルじゃなくいろいろ奥深いところがあるので、まあ、試してみてくださいとのことです。
Well, anytime I stand next to somebody who has achieved something great, and this is an incredibly great achievement, I love to ask, what did you learn about yourself in the process to get here and win this world champion?
I learned that even if you're the underdog, don't give up.
そうですね。まあ、ここまで至るところでどのようなことをやはり世界大会というのまでどのようなことを学びましたかというところで、弱境にいたとしても、まあ、いろいろやることはできるということを学んだとのことです。
And final question for you. I'm sure there's people back home that have been cheering you on. Who would you like to give a shout out for their support to help you get to this point?
Oh, I have a lot of shout out to give. First of all, Giorfio, because he teach me to play Yggdrago deck during KC. Couldn't have done it without him. Latin Kings, it's my Rush clan. They helped me so much to test for this event. All of them, thank you. And all my viewers on Twitch. They're always supporting me. Thank you so much.
そうですね。やはり、自分たちを応援、自分を応援してくれた方々へ何か言いたいことはございますかという質問に関して、あちらの方にちょっと今も見てくださっている仲間たちにも、ありがとうのメッセージを言いたいのと、自分の入っているクランのメンバーたちにもありがとうと言いたいのと、やはり、この配信を見てくださっている皆様にもありがとうを言いたいとのことです。
Thank you so much for coming on. Congratulations yet again to be the first ever Rush Duel champion. There he is, everybody. Once again, great job. With that said, we're going to send it to a short break before we are back. Actually, we're going to throw it to the casters.